Guys, welcome to Looks Good, Tastes Good. So today we're trying something a little bit different. So one of my favorite things in the world is a good, juicy hamburger. I like mushroom, bacon, and Swiss. But I did have the thought, could we use that same flavor profile and make a flank steak pinwheel? Will it come out good? I don't know. Let's find out.
We're going to start with a nice 2-pound flank steak. We are going to butterfly the flank steak. This will help us have a little bit longer piece of meat, which will roll easier for a nicer pinwheel. Also, the thinner that we can make the meat, the more tender it's going to become. I'm going to use my favorite seasoning for a steak, simply salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic. We're going to further tenderize the meat just to make it a little bit thinner. We have sauteed some mushrooms and just a little bit of butter, and we have baked some bacon for our stuffing. We're going to start with a layer of the Swiss cheese, followed by a layer of mushrooms, and then the bacon. Once we have our bacon laid out, we're going to coat it with an additional topping of Swiss cheese. And now we're going to start at one end and just try to roll it up nice and tight, using your fingers to keep in as much stuffing as possible. Once we have it rolled up, we're going to use some butcher's twine just to help secure it while it is in the sous vide water bath. Once we have our pinwheel tied, we'll trim the strings, transfer it into a 1-gallon freezer bag for the sous vide bath. We will cook this at 139 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 3 hours. Once we come out of the water bath, we are going to remove the pinwheel from the bag. And now we're going to try to dry as much as we can. The drier we can get the pinwheel, the better sear we're going to have on the meat.
Okay, so now our pinwheel flank steak is done. So now after 3 hours in the sous vide bath, we need to sear our steak. Now, you have a couple of different options when it comes to searing. You can use your gas grill, barbecue grill. You can use a cast iron pan if you would like. My favorite method to get a nice even sear, a blowtorch. So let's get to searing and see how this turns out.
The blowtorch gave us a nice char, a nice crust on the outside of the pinwheel while keeping the inside a nice medium rare. I sliced it into about 1.5 inch thick medallions, and we were able to get about 6 servings out of this 2-pound flank steak. Our side for the pinwheel flank steak is going to be some cauliflower mash. We simply chop up the cauliflower and we're going to steam it for approximately 6 to 8 minutes or until tender. We will also chop up some green onions that will go into the cauliflower mash. I saved some of my bacon and crumbled it. This will also go into the cauliflower mash for some added flavor. We put the steamed cauliflower, the bacon, a little bit of butter, and some heavy whipping cream into the food processor. The amount of whipping cream that you'll use is really your preference and also determined by how much moisture was remaining in your steamed cauliflower. Once we have the consistency that we like, simply pour the cauliflower mash into a bowl, and we are going to salt and pepper to taste. Then we will finish with some of our chopped green onions.
Okay, so we're finished. After 3 hours at 139 degrees, our pinwheel flank steak is done. We stuffed it with Swiss cheese, mushrooms, and bacon. So the important question is, does it taste good? Let's find out. So similar to a mushroom Swiss burger, you really do get those flavors. You get the richness of the mushroom, a little bit of nuttiness from the Swiss cheese, and that fabulous salty bacon. The pinwheel, the flank steak, is so tender after being in the 3-hour sous vide bath. It really, really is super, super tender. You can really take a nice, inexpensive cut of meat, transform it into something really incredible with some time, a little bit of effort, and of course sous vide. Now, let's try the cauliflower mash. The consistency really is similar to mashed potatoes. The bacon bits, the scallions, a little bit of garlic powder really give you a great flavor that you would think you're eating mashed potatoes, but clearly a lot healthier than mashed potatoes. So I'm going to say this is an overwhelming success. Remember, you eat with your eyes first. Looks good, tastes good. Thanks for watching. Cheers.